Okay, good. And all right, I welcome everybody here. I'm recording for every meeting. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the meeting. So welcome everybody. Whoever comes in will join us. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen and give me 1 second. We can do it. Okay. And one more slide, current slide. All right. So today we're doing Good Morning Howard, and we're meeting the TVIH staff and the board of directors. And today is March 18th, and it's at 9 a.m. I wanted to put some clip art for the coffee cup that we used to have on it, but Kristen told me I'm not allowed to do clip art anymore. That's a boomer thing. So anyhow, that's what we're doing. Our agenda today will be and I know a lot of you were already at the meeting, but we'd like to again reintroduce ourselves and the staff. And if the board of directors would share their name, position, career background, and TVIH activities. Then Shawn, our executive director, will have a message to kick us off. And we'll try to explore how to expand and improve TVIH. And if you have questions, I'd like you to put it in the chat box, and then we'll take your questions from chat. If that sounds okay to everybody? Okay. And this is a throwback for when we started out Good Morning Howard. And I think it's important for especially the new board of directors or new people to the village to know some of the activities, and what I listed as the ones for the week, because there's a lot of good things going on. Tomorrow we have the village readers, and it's virtual, and they discuss books. Isola is the first book there. Kim Sherman has gotten that group talk and walk going on, and every week they have a different place to go to, and very exciting places. Tomorrow night I'm also doing virtual Tai Chi and meditation series. It's a 5-week series at nighttime at 7 p.m. on Thursdays, and in the mornings on Tuesday at 9:30, and it's the same theme each week for that. So there'll be 5 different themes, and we're doing the elements of life, and this is the element of fire. There's virtual mahjong going on Friday. Again, another wonderful walking group, and I think, Mark, you've been telling me there's anywhere from 22 to 25 people on each of these walks. So Sneakers and Coffees has that. And I think
we might get, if we're outside and it's nice, we could get 40 people. I mean, like 25 are the core folks that go. But we get a nice day on Saturday, which, fingers crossed. Michael Gray and his weather forecast, hoping we're good.
And I'm appreciating that you're giving me those numbers, because I got my chart ready and I'm putting those down. So thank you so much. Monday also, Monday Meandering and Virtual Coffee. We're having that at 9. Is it at 9?
10 o'clock.
It is at 10. I lied. Okay.
Until it gets really warm, then it's 9.
Gotcha. And then Joy, your podcast, you and Mark have HoCo Home Share coming on Tuesday, and they already had their lunch and learn, I think, last week. The virtual lunch bunch is going on. Please, everyone, spread to your friends about life planning series. Excellent topic this month on adapting to life-threatening diagnosis. Then Joy has the arts and crafts going on Thursday. Another awesome talk and walk in Old Ellicott City with Kim and his group. And I do need numbers for that one. And Michael is going to talk about the land of Rio and Pantanal for Travel Talk. So that's just snippet of what's going on. And when we did Good Morning Howard, we would talk about the activities for the day or week, and so people would know what's going on. And please register on the calendar.
Fran, just let me ask one question of Mark.
Yes.
You're videoing this Wednesday, right?
Yes. The 25th is, I'm taking care of that.
Right.
25th life planning series. Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So again, we're going to be introducing the board and staff. And we're going to share again, as I said, just share your name, board, position with the TVIH board or staff, your career background, and TVIH activities. Rosa, are you still here? Okay. So Rosa,
yes.
Okay,
yes.
Rosa, I'm going to stop sharing right now. Stop sharing. And just tell us again, what you do and your activities at the village. And I know you're not feeling well today, so thank you for being
Good
here.
morning, everybody. Good morning, Howard. My name is Rosa Gray. I'm the Village in Howard office manager for 3 years now. I do anything that needs to be done in the office. I work with the volunteers and our members and our board and try to keep it all together. So I just wanted to reach out and say good morning to everybody.
Okay,
And
thank
I'm
you.
in the office Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2 p.m. So anytime you're welcome to stop by if you need anything.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosa. Okay, gonna share one more second here. Okay. Next, I'm gonna have the executive committee just share, and Lynn has a previous a commitment. So Mark, myself, and Lisa, if you'll share about yourselves. Okay, Mark.
My name's Mark Toohey. I've been a member of the village for about a year, and then they kidnapped me and put me on the board in the summer. I am involved with the podcast. If those of you that haven't seen it, we have some really nice, fun episodes. Joy and I do that. I have a team of people that we work with for Saturday walking, and I do various tech things around the village, but I will not fix your phone.
That's a commercial announcement. Thank you, Mark. Okay. I'm next, Fran Dummett. I'm currently the board secretary and have been on the board 5 out of my 6 years. My background is I've been a middle school and high school counselor for a million years. I worked at Social Security as a summer aid counselor, and I taught childbirth through Aspa Lamaze. And then when I got to menopause, I taught menopause. Just keep going through the series. Why not do that? I have been involved because Joy got us involved in the beginning with Good Morning Howard, and we started off that show. Been a publicity chair and helped redesign the website with Harry Glass and now with Kristen Grogan. Very proud of that. Co-chair of the newsletter, and of course, Rosa is the chairperson of that. I work with virtual meditation and have morphed into Tai Chi and meditation. And I organize a lot of different events going on, kind of a jack of all trades. So that's me. All right. Lisa.
Good morning, Howard. My name's Lisa Geerman. I'm new to the organization and new to the board. I joined last year and then joined the board in the summer and became the treasurer in November. So eager to meet all the people I don't know yet. My background is accounting. I have a degree in accounting. I'm a CPA. I worked in public accounting and also for Howard County government in the county auditor's office for 35 years, retiring last year. So that's my background. I love the village. I've been really active since I started back. I think it was probably a year, almost a year now. I'm active in a bunch of the different pods. I enjoy the live performance pod, the women's pod, going out to lunch. I'm always up for going out to lunch. If anyone wants to go out to lunch with me, I'm available. I love being retired because you don't have all those commitments. And I play Mahjong. If anyone's interested in Mahjong, let us know. And I like to do arts and crafts, and I have a lot of dogs and cats. I like dogs and cats. So
Animal person. So
yeah, right.
Shawn, she beats you. She has four dogs, right? At
Got
this
me
point.
beat.
Well, I have 4 dogs, 4 puppies, and 2 cats, and a bunch of fish. So I beat everybody, I think.
Any partridges on a pear tree?
Not yet. I think they would get in trouble with all the other animals here.
Okay. I'm going to share because now we're going to go to the members at large. Wait a minute, give me a second. So the members at large are Mike, Robin, Kristen, Victoria, and Marion. And Kristen is not here today. She's not in this state today. So we'll have the others share. Okay. Whoops, Michael.
Yes, hello. I was kidnapped by the kidnapper, Mark. He wanted to have a few more males on the board, so helping to improve that ratio. I am presently a board member at large. I work for the Navy Lab. It used to be called the David Taylor Model Basin. It may have changed name several times. I did model ship testing, and then I went into computer systems analysis, design, programming, and all that stuff put together. Then after 20 years, I went to private industry and eventually got into proposal management and writing. Basically, these are IT proposals. You respond to government RFPs, requests for proposals, and that's where it is. And I joined the village about two years ago. And I don't know if it changed my life, but it enhanced my life. And the two things I enjoy are walking and eating, of course, socializing too. So I've really enjoyed this last couple of years. It's really been uplifting.
And you've been our photographer for so many events and videographer, so we really appreciate that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Videoing, photography, planning the live planning series, and also do slideshows from certain events.
Really cool stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Robin.
Good morning, Howard.
Oh, Miss Howard.
Miss Howard. I am a realtor currently. I guess I would say I've been a realtor since 2016. I did a lot of volunteering through my real estate career. I was the president of the Howard County Association of Realtors in 23-24 year. I was on that board for 8 years. And before that, I was in government contracting, similar to what Mike talked about. I did a lot of professional planning for projects for the government. I managed multi-million-dollar contracts for them. I have an expertise in event and meeting planning. So that was one of the things that I did for them. I also did that for the Enterprise Foundation when it was called the Enterprise Foundation in Columbia, which Jim Rouse founded. I worked with them for a few years and did their event planning. And before then, well, not before then, but I got my MBA in, I guess when I was 42 years old, so I'm a late bloomer. And just enjoy giving back to the community. With TVIH, I joined last summer. I originally joined as a treasurer and quickly changed to a board member at large. Thank you for picking up everything in the midst of the changes, Lisa. I appreciate that. And then, so I'm just here to give back how I can. I think my skills are strategic planning, professional development. My career has probably got a lot of financial and governance and budgetary accountability, consensus building and stakeholder alignment are some of the things that I like to do as well. Risk management and compliance oversight is probably my big thing that I lead with when I think. So I'm here to really help the board transition from a operating board to a governing board. That's probably going to be my focus, and I'm here to pitch in wherever I can with my event planning and anything else I can do. Got a lot on my plate, but anything else I can do to support all the activities, I will. I'm going to start walking, Mark. I'll be out there as soon as the weather breaks.
We're holding a position for you, Robin.
You better, because I'm going to need it. And but just overall, I'm just really happy to be participating in helping the journey of growth with TVIH for the next couple of years as we get our footing with a governing board. I think we're going to make a lot of headway this year, and I'm so glad that we have Shawn with us.
Thank you very much, Robin. Yes. Thank you so much. Miss Victoria.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. It's my first morning in Howard, either seeing it or watching it or participating. It's great. So I joined the village last year and this year joined as a board member at large. I've been sharing the village as long as the village has existed. I serve as the director of my brokerage's older adult programming. And so I'm out meeting a lot of people who are civilians, and then I'm out meeting a lot of people who are business types. And it's been something that I've been so proud that our county has. I went back to Hopkins to study aging and learned about the village, literally sitting in a classroom as a concept nationally. And so I'm just excited for us to be growing and doing all that we're doing. I think that the slate every week is amazing. Thanks for putting that up on a slide. I'm still slogging away full time, so I can't get to everything, but it has been so much joy at the seated happy hours. I'm, a closeted introvert, and to not have to float around and navigate, but to be able to sit with different people each time and get to know people, and just the time flies. So that's been a blast. So thanks for that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Miss Marion.
When I was 8 years old, I decided I was going to be the great American novelist. When I was 21 years old, I realized that I probably would be the great mediocre American novelist, and pivoted and bought an art gallery with my mom. We were like Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. We were such babes in the woods. But 40 years later, it was the love of my life. Uh, it was the biggest commitment I made in my life, which makes my husband angry, but I can't help it. And then when I no longer could do that, I kept trying on hats looking for what fit me. And I found aging in place. And so I work as an aging in place consultant. And I knew about the village before it even started, because Mary McGraw sold me advertising when I had my gallery. And she came back from a conference in Boston, all excited about the whole village concept. So I felt like if I couldn't support the mission of the village, who could? As an aging in place consultant, I hoped I had things that I could add. And I not only joined, but I asked to join the board. And I've done multiple things for and with the board. Right now, I am fundraising chair, and I'm co-chair with Shawn on the prom. And I hope all of you will come this year. It's going to be even bigger and better and more magical than last year.
And
Thank you.
Marion was our part-time executive interim director got us out of a wonderful time to have her being there and helping us out. So we thank you, Marion. Okay, so that's our members at large. And I just like to do videos. And then now we have a message from our new part-time executive director, Shawn Crosby.
Good morning, Howard. I'm so excited to be here. Like Victoria, this is my first Good Morning, Howard. And I have been overwhelmingly welcomed to the village. And it's so interesting because if I'm honest, I have fallen in love with this work for a number of different reasons. I guess to give you a little bit more information about who I am. I'm an educator by trade. So I used to teach, I was a school principal, a district leader, worked in a nonprofit sector with an organization that basically did community wraparound supports for the babies all the way up to the older adults. We had a shelter, we had a food pantry. And so I was associate executive director. And I never understood the importance of this work until and really honestly, until I've been able to engage with you all. My grandmother passed, and she was aging in place. I was in high school, and I just remember hearing the news about how she transitioned, and it was heartbreaking because it was alone. She suffered with dementia, and she had an accident and a fall, and the systems weren't in place to support her. And And so I look back at that time as an adult. This is maybe 20 years now past. I understand the importance of this work. I joke because as an educator, I talk to students and I say, "Oh, what are you going to be when you grow up? What's life going to look like for you when you're 30? Are you going to have children? Are you going to be the president? Are you going to be a firefighter? What dreams do you have?" And I'm sure if we look back to ourselves when we were wee toddlers in grade school, and then you look back when you're 30, like, well, this didn't look like how I thought this was going to look. And I'm thankful, and I think we're thankful for our individual journeys, but it doesn't look exactly how we anticipated it to look. And so now, middle age, I'm looking and I say to myself, if things didn't look like how I thought they were going to look when I was younger, and I'm a middle-aged man, how is my life going to be different than what I anticipated to be when I'm 70? And I've been able to be on email threads that have caused me to weep. Weep because of the lack of care, because of the how people are individually going through their own journeys, and to not have people to care for you. Not because you're not loved, but you may have children who are going off and they've moved to Colorado and they're starting their own families. And you don't want to hold them back, but I'm also here too. And so I've become more in love with this work in a way that I didn't know that was possible as an educator. I didn't know that I was the urgency. And then I start to do more digging, and as we're grant writing and just really shaping a vision for the organization. In the next 5 to 6 years, 1 in 4 adults will be older adults in Howard County. And so this demographic is vastly growing. And so I think about my own experiences. I think about the email threads that I've been on about folks who are just looking for help and care. And I understand that we need to be positioned in a way to support, to wrap our arms around the village and really support so folks don't have to do this alone. And so folks can, hey, I, I'm going through X, Y, and Z challenges. Well, maybe someone else has. Or maybe we can connect you to some resources. So yes, we want to focus on having fun and engaging community, but there is so much work that needs to be done, so much advocacy that needs to be in place. There are resources that we haven't even begun to tap into. And I'm just so excited to be positioned to lead us into that new journey. And I talk about the journey because it's important that we're clear on who we are. And in my opinion, I think at our core, the Village in Howard is a membership-based community that helps older adults age safely, confidently, and with connection to others in their own homes. And so to do that, yes, we want to ensure that we have outings. We want to make sure folks are active, but we have to also think about some core programming so that we can measure our impact, so we can scale our impact, and so that as Howard County's older individuals, older adults, that population grows, we're poised to support them. And so I've coined my vision into 4 different pillars. The first, stabilization of the organization. When I came in, we have a small but mighty budget that would probably be a salary of 1 person. And so we are actively looking at ways to make sure that we have systems in place, to make sure there's clear communication internally, but then also externally, so that if folks want to get involved, they can, and that we have a solid foundation to grow from. And that really means aligning our committees, improving how decisions are made, how quickly we make those decisions, and ensuring that we're operating as a unified organization. And so, committee chairs, I love you in advance and thank you in advance because I'm a bit of a pusher. But with what I just said, with the stakes that we have to push. And we have to ensure that we're in position to turn the next 15 years of our history. And so the second uh, element of this, of our pillars, it's really clarifying and strengthening our brand. Victoria mentioned, she heard about the villages and our movement, but we should really be a household name. And what does that really mean? What will we be known for? What do we not want to be known for? What does the future call for? What do we need to have poised and be in position to serve the community? What are those things? So at the annual meeting, I did a survey, and I just wanted to get a sense of what folks' general understanding of our organization is, what caused them to be here, what caused them to want to get involved, what keeps them coming, what makes you want to donate to give an extra $5 out of your purse. And I got an overwhelmingly, I was overwhelmed with some things that I thought were already going to be true. But folks wanted to be connected. Now, I'm going to be meeting with individuals. I want to get to know each person to get a sense of what that connection really means for you. But we want to be connected. For whatever those reasons are, I think it's important that our programming represents your interest. And our programming not only represents interest, but also represents, and I keep saying this, represents the interest of the community that's coming as well. The next, and I guess this leads to my third pillar is building fundable structures. We are blessed to be members of the HOCO Accelerator Grant. And when I say blessed, it is an understatement. Howard County is, from what I've been learning, it's a community that's funded by a handful of individuals and organizations. And so for us to be able to secure this grant, a three-year grant that's helping us move from being a operating board to a governance board. It's also been able to give us some funds to operate programming. But one thing that they've also done is been able to let us know what the funding community really thinks about us. And that is a gift that is probably more valuable than most folks can understand. It's more valuable than hard cash because what they're telling us is the reason why we have or have not received funds is because our programming doesn't represent, and I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud, but I'm a transparent person. But our programming, it's cliquish, and it doesn't allow for the average person who needs help to find a place. And so we're faced with a conundrum here. How do we embody what our members love about us, that connectedness, but then how do we position ourselves to open our doors to the 100 and some thousand older adults that are within arm's reach? And so I looked at the work that we've been doing. We have a robust volunteer program that has thousands of hours, thousands upon thousands of hours of service to the community. We have active and vibrant committees that are doing the work in lieu of there being an executive director. And so these are that's value added. So how do we position us to turn the next 10 to 15, 30, 50 years? It's by looking at what we do well, and scaling it. And so I want to introduce to you all, our board's familiar, the village circles. And that is literally four key components of what we've already been doing housed into one umbrella. The volunteer coordination, we've been doing that for years and we do it well. We want to expand our reach through transportation services. Hey, some folks may need reminders about, hey, I have a doctor's appointment. Oh, I need some help getting there. Well, that's a way we can support. Home safety assessments. When's the last time someone went through your home and said, hey, you might want to pick this up because you could fall here? The data shows us that 29% of older adults who go to hospitals, they're there because of falls. So if we can position TVIH to help put preventative measures so that folks don't have to move from their homes, but so they also don't have to go to hospitals because of falls or situations and issues at homes that can be easily prevented. And so I've been working on grants, working to identify community partners. Thank you, Victoria. So that we can turn this next page focusing on building community, but also positioning us so that older adults, the community at large has advocacy, that we have resources to aid folks aging in place, and so that we can really position ourselves to address preventative measures so that folks can be safe and do this thing with confidence and grace. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about our programs. I'm excited about our pilot initiatives. Fran Lorenzi has some great ideas. Other members have emailed me with some great ideas. And we're going to launch pilots to see what works. And these pilots, in my estimation, are going to expand the work that we do. But they're going to also make sure that we have systems that can be replicated, not just in Howard County, but throughout the state. I envision us being a model of what a village looks like, not just in Howard County, but throughout the globe. I'm looking forward to states and countries coming to Howard County to see what we're doing, to take pages out of our playbook. And it really starts with this group here. And I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful that you guys have entrusted me with this important work. I have to talk about our prom because it's a great way for you to be involved. Our prom is on June 3rd. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate, not just get dressed and dance, but for us to celebrate what it means to be an older adult with wisdom, with grace, and to have a good time. Throughout the year, you'll see some things changing. You're going to see some of our programs that we've done historically have a little bit more pointed intentionality around it. But it's not to reinvent the wheel. I think we have great sauce and we just need some more veggies and meat and potatoes to put in the spaghetti. And I'm excited to be here. You can buy tickets to the prom. There's $60, $65 for one ticket, $120 for couples. You can purchase a table for $500, and then we have sponsorship opportunities available as well. I'm so excited, and I'm going to pass the mic back to Fran. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Shawn. Appreciate it. Very good. I love these motivational speeches. This is wonderful. There is a question in chat from Fran Lorenzi in reference to the finances, and I wanted to know, Fran, did that answer your question? Because I know a year and a half to 2 years ago. We said, will there be enough money in the reserves? And Shawn answered some of that. Fran, did that answer your question, or would you
Well,
like to add to that? Go ahead.
I'm wondering where we stand now. It's been a year and a half to 2 years since we were told we had enough to last for a year and a half. And we haven't gotten new monies in, I don't think. So, what's the plan? Is there do you want to, are you targeting a certain amount by a certain date or whatever? And then not just what are you going to do, Shawn, but how can you use us to accomplish those goals? Because I hate it when people say, this is what you should be doing. Like, let's look at ourselves. But we need to be told, like, okay, you fit in here, go over there, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm asking. Not just the dollars and cents, although I am asking about the dollars.
I think that's a fair question. Well, first I'll say we operate on a very balanced budget. And last year we had a surplus. So we made some money, not an exorbitant amount, not enough to hire a full-time executive director yet. But we are stable, and our coffers are growing. We have savings to cover some years, I do believe, based off of how we coordinate our programming. Our events and all of our activities are on. I'm saying the words wrong, but basically, it's a zero cost to it. So I'm going to give an example. Let's say we have a Chinese lunar event. Help me out. Chinese New Year event. That event cost us nothing, as long as we budget and coordinate intentionally. And so our prom, that's a huge way that we're able to fundraise and support the work that we're doing. It increases visibility, but it talks about the core of what we're doing. So there's been a slight change if you've noticed. The prom in the past was about, hey, come on out, let's have a good time. It's a fundraiser. But now it's an intentional event to celebrate aging in place, to celebrate aging in place, but also to combat social isolation. And so I'm talking very candidly to the community here. Our events have to be poised and directed that way because it allows for us to get cost underwritten. It allows for us to reach out to organizations who may find value in adults aging in place and also combating social isolation, hospitals, insurers. These are things that align. And so we look at opportunities to cultivate folks. And so you ask, how can you be involved? Of course, the easiest way is for us to find one and bring one. So if you've joined, bring more members. Our membership fees are modest, but it's been a way for us to stabilize. Been a way for us to count on shore funds. And as long as membership is growing, that's a good indication. But that has to happen with you all finding value in the work that we're doing. It has to, that's solely on us saying, hey, you know what? I enjoy this program and you're a friend of mine. I'd love for you to join us. So that's one way. Another, Fran, is looking at your personal network. The prom is an event, but it's a way for you to also invite friends. And for them to become more aware with the work that we're doing, for them to find value in it, to then also to ideally to donate. Hope that answers the question. And I can also talk about some of our grants, the work, and this is why it's important that we have this recentering, because if you don't have programs that aren't fundable, then you're bleeding yourself. And so that's one of the reasons why we're kind of reshaping our program design, which one of the reasons why our committees have to meet. I'm instituting a roundtable so that our committees can be on the same page and one accord, so that while the right wheel's turning, the left one's also turning at the same time.
Yeah. I guess one challenge I want to pose to you and to the board is to look at what we're already doing. Like last year, the backyard socials, which I coordinate, and Marion was trying to get sponsors. She came to me and said, "Can I invite these people, potential sponsors who are kind of sitting on the fence?" And we welcomed them. And the clear message when they arrived was, look at these, this sea of gray haired people who love to be with each other, who are vibrant, who you're meeting before we're really frail, to a degree. And this is a business opportunity for you, and Marion said that made the difference in quite a few things. Another thing is, my kids are in their 50s. You know, everyone else's kids are in their 50s and 60s. What can we do to bring in the kids? They are so happy that they don't have to worry. My kids are so happy they don't have to worry about me. I know that if you ask them for money, they would loosen their wallets. Okay,
Good to
so
know, Fran.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm
got one
just
call I'll
saying.
be making.
Yeah, there you go. So that's not just me,
Yeah,
that's other people.
yeah.
So challenge us realistically, but I'm worried about those of us who've stepped us. We're getting older, believe it or not, and feeling somewhat frailer. And we have to do a good job of not only bringing in money, but bringing in new energy. So that's all I got to say, and I'll shut up.
No, that's I couldn't have said it better. The way I would see our events, um, not as always direct ask opportunities, but they're cultivation events,
Right.
So there'll be foundations that I anticipate inviting to the backyard socials. Our prom, where the idea is for us to fill that space with prospects, of course, our community, but also with potential partners. And so you said it best, Fran. There is a new age of older adults coming. That's that's basically what the data is telling us. There's one promise, that we all have, is that we'll be here and that we'll leave here. And so all that happens in the middle is how we can support. And so, yes, folks need to see our vibrant programs, but they just need to see us. And I think when they see us, they'll find a place for themselves, or they'll see opportunity to make one. And that's you. I couldn't say it better.
Good. Are there any questions? I don't see any in chat, but you can unmute and have a question or raise your hand. Anybody? Or a comment? Anyone? Anybody? No?
I'm just
Kathy?
excited for the direction that we're going with Shawn. I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Kathy? Because I just jumped.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Robin, then Kathy. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Robin.
Oh, I was just commenting on everything that Shawn just shared with us. It's a breath of fresh air to get his guidance and insight on what the Village and Howard can do to be long lasting in our community and sustain ourselves without the stress of, are we going to make it another year? I mean, I really feel confident in your abilities to get us on the right track, Shawn, and I'm here to support you in any way that you need. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate that, Robin. And I want to say, I know what I'm doing,
Yes, you do.
but this ain't never been done before. So
We're gonna do it.
it's an all hands in this pot. Okay.
Yes.
I'm blessed with some skills to help lead us and guide us, but I need folks, I need Fran, we need this. I need you to say, I got some ideas. You know, Joy said, hey, before the call, hey, Shawn, we need you to have some office hours so folks can come and talk to you and share some ideas. Yes, bring them. I can already foresee a smaller advisory committee that helps support the work that I'm doing being formed. And so I think that the sky is the limit, and I really think I really think we're going to become the model. I'm a firm believer, and I think we are going to become the model of what it looks like to scale this work, to grow from where we've come from, but also to just have fun doing it. And
I was just gonna say, I'd like to challenge all of our members at some point, to, it's like each one reach one is my kind of thinking when it comes to fundraising and building up our reserve. So you don't know who you know, and you don't know who your members know. So if we're all talking about this is what we need and this is our program and what touches somebody's heart, we won't know that until they know what we're doing. So that saying that they don't care what you do until you show them what you're caring about. And that's kind of like what we need to do, is show the community in Howard County what we care about and how we're supporting them.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Kathy.
Oh, thank you, Fran. Thank you, everybody, for introducing yourselves and speaking. And Shawn, you've really, for me, it kind of like opened a door or pulled back the curtain, and to see the sunlight and the possibilities and your ideas. And I just love some of the words you used, like the fundamental structure. Well, my favorite word in the universe is connection, because I think that's number one, top of the thing. And we do that well because we've got the pods and the walking and all the activities. But then beyond that, I like the beyond that possibilities that you brought up, the new program designs. And I have older kids that have done a little volunteer work here, but they're still busy. I guess personally, I wanted to say it. And again, this is kind of honest and all of that. It felt like to me recently, and this could be me because I'm getting older too, that this was getting to be like a burden, like we need somebody to help us like get going, get our motors going. I know there's a group that's there. You guys that are on screen, your motors are going all the time. Can't keep up with Fran D especially. But just as an ordinary member, I felt like we need something to come in and lift us up and, kind of get us out there into the sunlight a little bit more. And I know not everybody's feeling like that, but I had those feelings occasionally. So this is just giving me a lot of hope, is I guess what I want to say, and possibilities, because we need to have people who can think beyond this week or the end of the year. And so I just heard good possibilities, good words, confident, who are we, stabilization. Those are all strong words, and they make me feel more comfortable.
Thank you for that, Kathy. Thank you for that. And like I said, the sky, I believe, is really the limit. We have some roadmaps for successful organizations, but none of them are poised the way we are. And it's going to have the huge spike in membership that we should have based off of, Howard County's population growth. So I'm excited. So thanks, Kathy.
Anybody else like to share? I know I've been excited when I listen again to the backgrounds of the board. Like, we have so many very different people. And then, of course, the inspiration from Shawn gets me all excited too. But we do need people to participate. Like, Ann, you're new and you're doing bylaws. great. I don't like doing that. I'm so glad you do. And Freud is, you always get your group going out for the women's group and going different places, and you're willing to change and be flexible. And Victoria, you have all these people you bring in, to our organization. And Marion, you've always brought in people, and it's so exciting to work with you. I love it. So each of us are doing important things, and I think we just need to continue to do it. And I like that Shawn has some new ideas that, my ideas, they're here now. Now we need new people, new blood coming in, and he's got some stuff and I'm willing to follow. And I think a lot of us are. So appreciate everyone. Mark, I love that you do the tech stuff, and I'll have to think about that stuff at
No
all.
phones. No phones, people. Not
Okay.
doing phones.
Okay. So
No
make
phones
sure.
yet.
But please, Mark, I need my phone help.
I know. Make
Well,
sure.
I mean, maybe we can work something out.
Make sure you give us ideas, write to any of us at any time. We'll try to incorporate it. People are very flexible here with it, but so we want to just thank you. If there's anything else, there's a hand. Fran Lorenzi.
Fran, and Shawn and the rest of the board. Our area, Maryland, DC, has one of the highest concentrations of villages.
Mhm.
And I know that we belong to WAVE, the
Mhm.
Washington area village, whatever. But there's a difference between seeing what each other is doing on a high level and people like members going to see what kind of programs do you have? What do you like about being in this village? What speaks to you? That you're not really going to get at an organization to organization level. Are there plans? And if not, I would recommend that there be plans of committees, and I participate in that, except that I'm working on not raising my hand, okay? But this is really important for us to see what other villages are doing on a member-to-member basis that we can copy,
Mhm.
that we can tell them this is what we do. Because I think there's many things that we do super well. So that's my point. Just
Yeah.
getting touching base with other villages. We can start with Marcia Berman's sister is the director of another village. Hello, so that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rosa, go ahead. Unmute, sweetie. Not yet. Okay, there you go. Good, Rosa.
So WAVE sends out a monthly email to to all of the villages. And they also have a forum close to what we're on right now, where they meet regularly, monthly, quarterly, all of the villages, they all meet and they share information, just exactly like what you were stating. What works for you? Can you, we have a program and we can't get it off the ground. Can you tell us how you did yours? So they already have in place what you're speaking about. I can forward you the email information, and perhaps if you like to register, because I think you have to be registered. It comes to my email and to Shawn's email, I believe, because Debbie registered our village, and I think we were registered before that, but that's why I get it. So I can forward you any information, or anybody who is interested in maybe participating in the Washington area village. I can forward those emails and allow you to be able to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm talking about going and taking a look-see.
Yeah. I just want to speak to that. So there are two that I've been in communication with. The one that sticks out most is the village on Capitol Hill.
Uh-huh.
Out of all the villages, it doesn't have a huge operating budget, but it has a huge endowment. We don't have one of those yet. So I've been appreciative of having that friendship to kind of bounce ideas off with their leadership. There's also the WAVE. There's also WAVE, and then there's also the village to village movement. And so I've reached out to them, and I'm receiving mentorship from their office. And so I'm saying this because our program design and where we're going is not, it's not being done. So we are literally cutting the edge, if you will, because our model and where we're going through the village circles model, where it encompasses practical programming that supports aging in place in addition to combating social isolation, hasn't been done the way that we're introducing to the county. And so there are some things that we want to replicate, but then there's some niche things that are going to set us apart from others. And we're just waiting for the right grant or the right funder to see us. And that's why you mentioned earlier, but those backyard socials are um, our annual signature events, our holiday party, which will be a holiday concert. It's going to be different, and I think it's going to really help set us apart from the other villages. But it's also going to, as Kathy said, breathe fresh light and fresh air into our organization. And so I couldn't agree more. I think it's why reinvent the wheel if there's other organizations doing it better than us. And so we're going to take that piece, but we're going to put our own spin on some things as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost the ending time, and I'm going to invite you to any of our board meetings, which is the second Wednesday of the month at 1:30 at the Village. Again, email us, email Shawn at executivedirector@thevillageinhoward.org, and or any of us on the board. But it's been a pleasure to be here, and look forward to seeing many of you at all of our activities and in our committees, etc. So thank you very much. Pleasure. Take care. And I'll put this on the forum. I know you guys love that. But anyhow, will be a recording on the forum. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Great
everybody.
meeting.
See ya.
Onward and upward.
Yay.
Joy.